Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and like my videos. Hello students, welcome to my new class. In the previous video, I have already discussed about the declarative sentence, the types of declarative sentence, and the identification of declarative sentence. How someone can identify their declarative sentence and what are the types of declarative sentence I have already discussed. I want to repeat it again. The declarative sentence is two types. Declarative sentence, two types. The first one is affirmative sentence and the second one is negative sentence. And a declarative sentence starts with subject and ends in full stop. Today I am going to discuss about the declarative sentence and its pattern. The types of declaratives is a different thing, but today we are going to study about the patterns of declarative sentence. There are 5 patterns in a declarative sentence. Declarative sentence has 5 patterns. The first pattern is SB pattern, means subject and verb. The second pattern is SVO pattern. SVO pattern. The third is SVOO, means double object. SVOO. The fourth one is SVC, subject verb complement. And the last pattern is SVOC. SVOC pattern. The last pattern is SVO pattern. So there are 5 patterns in a declarative sentence. First, the SV pattern, subject and verb. The second one is SVO, subject, verb and object. Then SVOO, subject, verb, object and object. The fourth one is SVC, subject, verb and complement. And the third is SVOC, subject, verb, object and complement. Here is the first example of SV pattern. It is the first pattern, SV pattern. Subject and verb. The boy is the doer or subject here. The boy is the doer or subject. Then the verb came. The boy came. Boy is the subject and came is the verb. So here the subject and verb. So it is SV pattern. It is very easy to identify the SV pattern because in SV pattern only subject and verb. There is nothing else except subject and verb. Then the next pattern is SVOO pattern. Then the next pattern is SVOO pattern. It is SVO pattern, subject, verb and object. SVO pattern, the second pattern, subject, verb, object. How can someone identify an object? By asking question to verb using what and whom. When someone asks question to a verb using what or whom, we can find out or we can pick out object from a sentence. If we use or ask question using what, we can get the direct object, and if we ask verb using whom, we can get the indirect object. So this is the subject, verb and object pattern. He is the subject here, answered is verb and the question is object. You can ask the verb question using what and whom. Answered, what answered? The question was answered. The question was answered. So this is the object. The second example, she will sell a car. She will sell a car. She is the subject. Will sell verbs. What she will sell? A car. So this is an object also. So this is SVO pattern. Then next, SVOO pattern. It is SVO, double object. Means both consist of indirect object and indirect object. Subject, verb, object and object. So this is SVOO pattern, or the full form of SVOO: subject, verb, object and object. First example you can see on the screen. The postman gave me a parcel. The postman gave. The postman is the subject here. The postman, here it is the subject. The postman. Gave is verb here. Gave verb. When we ask question using what? What gave a parcel? To whom? Me. So when we questions the verb gave using what, we get the direct object a parcel. When we ask question to the verb gave using whom, we get me. So this is the two object. This is two object. First one is direct and the second one is indirect object. So this is SVOO pattern. Then the fourth one, the fourth pattern of declarative sentence, SVC pattern. Here it is SVC. S for subject, S for subject, V for verb and C for complement. Complement. It is also very easy to identify the SVC pattern, because in the SVC pattern the verb belongs to the be verb or link verb. Here is be verb, got, look, seem, appear, smells, feels, these are the link verb. So when there is a be verb is used as a main verb and the link verb is used, at the time we can identify easily that the sentence, the declarative sentence is in SVC pattern. You can better understand from the given example here. The first example is Mr. Das is a teacher. Mr. Das is a subject, is a verb, then a teacher is a complement, because here it is the be verb. After be verb the complement comes. The second example, got, link verb. After link verb what comes? The complement comes. Look, here look, seems, appears, these are the link verb. After link verb what comes? The complement comes. Smells, feels, also just like that. Sweet, soft, these are the complements, because after be verb and link verb, after be verb and link verb the complement come. Okay, there is another way to identify SVC pattern also. If we omit the complement in a sentence, especially in the SVC pattern, the sentence remains incomplete. Mr. Das is, if we omit a teacher, if we omit a teacher here, the sentence remains incomplete, just like that. Mr. Das is what? Mr. Das is what? A teacher. After be verb a teacher is complement. So in the SVC pattern, if we omit complement, the sentence remains incomplete also. No meaning, no one can understand the meaning. The second example, the sky got what? Dark. He looks, seems or appears what? Worried. Incomplete sentence. He looks what? He looks what? The flower smells what? Smells. The pillow feels what? So this is the SVC pattern. You have to remember, after a be verb or link verb, after a be verb or link verb, the complement comes. The complement comes. Then the last pattern, SVOC pattern. The last pattern is SVOC pattern, means S for subject, V for verb, O for object, then C for complement. Subject, verb, object and complement. This is a SVOC pattern, and the last pattern of declarative sentence. This is the last pattern of declarative sentence. The first example is they found him dead. They found him dead. The first example is they found him dead. Here it is. They found him dead. The second example is they elected Mr. Das president. This book has made the author famous. Sometimes students confuse while choosing SVOC and SVOO pattern. There is a little difference between these two patterns. In the SVOC pattern, if we omit the complement, the sentence remains incomplete. We can understand from the example here. The first example, they found him. If we omit dead, here it is. If we omit dead, no one can understand the meaning of the sentence. They found him. What they found him? But in SVOO pattern, the sentence does not remain incomplete. But in SVOC pattern, if we omit complement, then the sentence remains incomplete. Then the second example, they elected Mr. Das. What they elected? The president, or they elected him as the chief of a village or whatever. So this is the sentence remains incomplete if we omit the complement. They elected Mr. Das. This book has made the author. What the book made him? Made him famous. So if we omit famous, the word famous, the sentence remains incomplete. So it is SVOC pattern. It is very easy to identify. So this is the end of the pattern of declarative sentence. Again, I am going to repeat it so that you can understand and remember it very well. There are 5 patterns in declarative sentence. There are 5 patterns in a declarative sentence. The first pattern is SV, then SVO, then SVOO. The first is SV, then SVO, then SVOO, then SVC, at last SVOC. This is the end of this part. Keep watching this channel for the next part of